Hello, how's it going? Yeah, we're back in Sorcery. It's been a while. Yeah, it is finally time to return. Let's see. Let me show you the game. There we go. That should be appearing. So right, we are here. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's the journey we've taken into the city so far. Okay. Well, I mean, yes, there's nothing more to do than to... Actually, no, there's a lot of traps and stuff here. Maybe we should keep the prayer until we actually need it on second thought. Yeah, I think we're gonna just keep the prayer for now. Step out onto a stone walkway that leads sharply down towards the crystal dome. Look into the dome. You pause to peer into the depths of the orb. 1,000 shapes dance within, shifting and changing, as though you saw the reflections from the eyes of 100 different people. The effect is quite mesmerizing. Huh. Can we cast sus on this? We can. Let's. Yeah, let's do that. You spin the constellations into shape around you, and a quiet voice begins to speak to you. There's no danger here, the voice declares, only the certainty of illness, infirmity, and death. Nobody escapes it. I'm not sure we should touch this dome. I think we should move on. I hope we can go around this dome. This message and tone the magic gives out. Hello, Wandel. How are you doing? Welcome. Good evening, tiny sorcerers. Good evening, and thank you for the hydrate and the posture check. Thank you. Yeah, I think we should just move on. The path encircles the dome quite freely. Time to move on. To the southeast comes a fearsomely bright light from one of the towers. Ooh, do we go towards the bright tower? We can go east or north as well. Oh, yeah. Okay, the bright tower. Night has fallen. You should try to find a place to sleep, especially on an empty stomach. You follow the path and make your way into the next tower uncertainly. What is this place? Why was it built? Powerful light spills from the doorway. Even from here, it is all but overwhelming. Your eyes begin to water and run. Maybe we just turn back. You turn and all but run from the tower. That is very, very bright. The meeting on the many ways is a large glass dome blazing with the reflected light of cosmos above that does not appear to be any way in or out. Oh, okay, so the crystal dome you can't actually... I'm tempted to touch it, but I think we do... Well, if we do, we die. I have that... Okay, let's not go there. Let's go to the north. Let's see what's in this one. The path winds between crumbling towers and dagger-like buttresses. I don't know what that word means. I'm guessing it has something to do with some kind of architecture, I suppose. The moon moves slowly across the dark sky. The path runs up to the far wall of the citadel, passing dangerously close to a large circular pit in the ground. Look at the pit. The pit is large and perfectly circular, descending into the bare rock below for some distance. Curiously, The water all around does not seem to flow in the hole. That's not weird at all. We only have 2 gold coins, but honestly, at this point, what good is a gold gonna do? No, wait, there is... Hang on. There are spells I can do. I never got that ring. I think I bypassed it, unfortunately. Okay, walk requires 1 gold piece. Spell is cast, it will transform into an... Okay, so that's actually a quite good one. I may not want to waste my gold here. I can actually get a shield. Right now, we can do 2 shields. So, yeah. Maybe don't throw a coin in. Cast a spell. I mean, circles are dangerous. We already know this, so... Everything here is probably dangerous. I can do sus. I can also do sun. Wait, can I not do sus? Oh no, I can't. That's one of the inner layers. Yeah. I can do sun. Does that help me? I mean, it doesn't cost me anything to do it, so sure. Cast a spell until the sun jewel starts to give off a magical white glow. I don't think we should jump into the hole. That's how we die. Okay, just make a move. This seems like a dangerous place to linger. The path away from the pit forks. I read that really wrong. I don't know why. Okay, into this tower, I guess. You enter the next tower. From the doorway comes a steady clock-like ticking sound. I mean, any of these towers could be where we die. Okay, go inside. Oh, no. You step inside and the ticking grows louder. Something heavy swooshes slowly past your head. The looming presence is oddly comforting, and you find your eyelids starting to close. Perhaps this would be a good place to rest. Look up. You tilt your head and look up. Your eyelids begin to roll themselves closed. For a moment, before they shut, you catch sight of an enormous brass weight swinging past overhead. The pendulum overhead ticks another talk. A great weight settles around your body. No, turn back. This is not good. Fearfully, you turn back rather than going deeper into the tower. I'm worried about what that's doing. North. Make a move. Okay, back to the glass dome. Okay, move on, because I still don't think we should touch that, considering it only holds, like, death or whatnot. We can go east here. That doesn't lead us into that tower. You approach the smoking, blackened ruins of a tower. Look at the rubble. You look at the stones. They're blackened all over. Some seem webbed with holes, as though the very minerals inside had burned away. Whatever caused this explosion may have been years ago, and yet smoke still rises, as though this was the cone of a volcano. On one stone is etched a long eye mark? Or one mark? Look at the marked stone. Whether the mark was alone on its own, or if others have been destroyed, is impossible to tell, but this groove that remains is deep, well-carved, and intentional. Whatever it meant, it was worth someone's time to put it there. You know what? Sure, sleep here? Very carefully, you pick a spot between the stones and lie down. Removing your pack, you try to settle under your habit despite the cold. You've not yet eaten today, but you have no provisions and only a single vial of blueberry juice. Okay, right, we only have the one. Do we drink it now or do we keep it for later? Okay, Okay, I'm gonna drink it. Later, we will have the option to, I guess, we'll just have to be forced to pray and hope for healing. I'm gonna drink it. That'll heal us, and yeah, that should. Well, to hydrate or not to hydrate is the question. It is, yeah, it is indeed. We decided to hydrate. I'm not sure if that was a good idea. Maybe we should have just tried to pray the next day or something. But well, it's done now. That is that. We have no more provisions and no more blueberry juice. Opening your blueberry potion, you knock it back quickly. You feel somewhat improved and your hunger is abated. And you get comfortable and rest. Let's dream. You roll over, trying to sleep. You cannot seem to rest. After a while, you get to your feet and begin to walk through the darkness. Crumbling walls and broken towers move past on either side. You are walking past an old, crumbling building when you hear voices. Stop to listen. You listen close, leaning against the wall. It sounds like a distant crowd, too far to even be on the other side of the wall. Where are those voices coming from? Look over the wall. Looking over the wall, you spot a missing brick. A green-gray mold has covered the gap, coating the interior with fuzz. Look at the mold. As you lean down to peer at the mold, you realize the voices are getting louder. Listen closely. You listen closely and hear what sounds distinctly like hubbub of a town heard from a distance. Conversations, the banging of tools, the playing of children, but as louder, the closer to the mold you are, curious. Then something else catches your eye, movement. Hundreds of tiny specks swarm across the surface of the brick, making circuits in all directions around the mold. What could they be? Follow the movement. You watch the hypnotic patterns in the mold, moving this way and that. They seem to grow as you stare, becoming first veins, then branches, and finally streets and roads. The world around you is filling with gray, and the air turns to fuzz and smoke. Then you are sitting in a valley of soft grass. Look around. This is incredibly weird. Are we actually doing this, or is this the dream? Get to your feet and take in the scenery. The hills around you are a riot of greens and purples. Blotches of strange growths make dancing patterns, and everything is covered in fine fuzz. Climb the hill. Climb the hill for a better view. Now look down into another valley, ringed by hills. Nestled at the foot is an extraordinary sight. Huts. Huts. They're a curious mixture of mold, meat fragments, and scraps of cloth. From the looks of it, you could easily stay in one. There are a few dozen scattered about in what looks to be a disorganized village. A pavilion is set up in front of the half-eaten drumstick, which is the size of a fortress. A large altar dominates. It seems to have been spotted. Creatures are clambering towards you, blobs of mold with black beady eyes and no mouths or limbs. Look at the creatures. The creatures are hard to make out from this distance, but you see them hurrying to and fro in their huts. From this distance, they appear to be shapeless blobs, the same color as the mold. They seem like any other village inhabitants. They move along the ground simply by rolling. Wait. Stay where you are, watching them climb. They're quite dexterous in their rolling, managing to stay in a straight line even as their eyes continuously lose sight of their destination. Just like the mold of the hills and huts, they're covered in a soft fuzz and squish a little when making contact with the ground. They soon reach the top of the hill. One rolls forward and begins to speak in a rough imitation of the common tongue. Its voice sounds like a bag of pebbles, so it is a bit hard to follow. Welcome, we are the Gillis, and this is our home. We have been summoned by Muker's magic. Would you come down to the village? Is this actually happening? Who is Muker? The Gillis bounces up and down. Muker is the leader of Barak and the original ancestor of my people. Muker traveled here from another world and sees into other worlds. Will you come see Muker? It has been decreed that you will help us. Okay, sure. Thank you for the lurk, Kuwu. Hello, how are you doing? Yes. The Gillis puffs up with pleasure. Excellent! This way, please. You will notice most do not speak your tongue. I myself only learned it through careful study of passing thunderstorms. What? You follow the group down the hill, chatting with your escort. You follow them to a village built on thousands of levels and in thousands of directions, made of spindles and spires and webbed threads. The creatures gather around you, pawing at your body, your clothing and possessions, fascinated, appalled, and uninhibited. Who are you? We are the memories of this place, the Gillis replies in a chorus. This place is too old and yet it lives. They try and feed you from the rotten meat around which their village is built. One tries to caress you with tendrils pushed deep up your nostrils. Oh no! You cough and choke violently as the mold fills your mouth and eyes. You found one new clue. Wait, what? Okay, Burn Tower. During the past day, you found 3 new clues. The Archmage is still waiting for you. Yeah. Huh? That's that? We just wake up? I have questions. I have so many questions. What on earth is the clue that I just found? Oh, glyph. You found the glyph. Oh, burnt to the tower. And I found 4 in the Tower of Skeletons. Right. That's just... Okay, right, so which one was the Tower of Skeletons? So that one is 1. Huh. Okay, well that was a fever dream. You wake still sweating all over from the stones around you. You get to your feet. Touch the stones. You touch a stone experimentally and then snatch your hand back quickly. You have seared flesh on your fingertips. Okay, yeah. That wasn't a great idea. Pick my way through. Oh god, yeah. You pick your way through the hot stones, but catch yourself a few times obtaining light burns in the process. Oh, wait, I can only go to that tower. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, right. Okay. Why is there like a heartbeat? Okay, go inside. What if we just... Uh-oh. Step inside and the ticking grows louder. Overhead, the pendulum is still swinging. Once again, you begin to feel a great tiredness, but you cannot keep your eyes open. You lie down where you stand in the middle of the floor and are quickly asleep. Well, I mean, good news, stamina is back up. Bad news is, now I have to dream, and I don't know where this is going. All the while, you hear distant laughter from the east. The sun climbs the... Oh, no. As the sun climbs the sky, the winds rise. Oh, no. Eventually, your eyes open once more. Several hours have passed. Look around. The chamber is an empty space of old flagstones. A few weeds have broken through here and there, and it looks like there was once some kind of soft furnishing on the floor, but is long since rotted away. You come 3 exits, spaced evenly around the edge of the bell-shaped tower. Feel yourself yawning once more. You leave the tower. You drag yourself across the floor. Your body feels heavy and your mind is filled with fog. A dead weight is settling over your bones. Leave the tower. You crawl towards the door. How many hours have passed passed in this tower now. Tiredness overtakes you again. You drop to the floor with little warning. Oh no. Through it all, you feel the heat of Analan burning should your quest fail. The sun begins to dip, heading towards the horizon. Oh boy. You wake up once more and struggle to your feet. Okay, leave the tower. You fight the lethargy that fills your body and crawl for the tower's exit. Okay, south. Yeah, no, that... I do not like that tower. I do not appreciate that tower. You ascend into a walkway flung high between two towers and set out against the outer wall of the citadel. The view down is dizzying. Smoke from the burnt-out tower below makes you choke. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's Tower 1. I don't remember which one was the skeleton tower, but that's apparently 4. So are there other towers with numbers? You look around at the sprawling towers that fill this region of the citadel. They all appear ancient, featureless, but they are in excellent repair. Some power is holding their dark stones together. You make your way carefully across the bridge. Well, we're not going back to the North Tower, that's for sure. You race over to the next tower before the wind can pluck you from the walkway. The wind picks up as the evening draws on. As you open the door and step through, someone else enters from the other side. She closes the door just as you do. Okay. Why do I feel like I'm looking at a reflection of myself? Look around the room. This room is wide, ringed with chairs. There are scuffs on the floor, 2 semicircles near the center of the room. A large pane of glass stands in the center of the room, sitting in an elaborately carved frame. The stranger stands watching you. Look at the stranger. You peer at the figure opposite. Seeing her face is difficult somehow. Her eyes seem to slide off her features. The stranger is peering back at you, but not approaching. Greet them. You raise a hand and the stranger does so in return. Hello, you say. Goodbye, she replies. Who are you? You ask. Where am I? The stranger responds. Even speaking to her, you cannot seem to look directly at her face. How did you come here? I never left. Where are you from? What am I going? She asks. Oh, where does the door lead? You ask, pointing at the door behind them. The door leads there, they respond, also pointing. Well, what's behind it? Whatever it is in front of. You sigh and the stranger grins. As you're talking, 2 of you have edged closer together. You now stand on either side of the glass in the middle of the room. It is a mirror. The stranger approaches and pauses on the other side of the mirror. Cast a spell. Can I do sus? No, I can do sun. Can do dumb. But I don't think that's gonna do anything for me in this situation. What else have I got? I have Foff. Counters mud, but I also don't think that's gonna help me too much. I have summon a goblin. I don't feel like that's gonna help me either. I can't summon a replica creature. Dim? Cause stupidity. I feel like if there's a mirror in front of me, that's just gonna reflect back on me and make me stupid. I don't think that's the way to go here. Puff. Create wind. And then hot. I'm not so sure any of that is going to do anything. Strike the glass. You slash at the glass with your blade, creating a long scratch in it. An identical one appears on the other side. Shove the glass inside? How can I shove the glass aside? Well, let's try it. You grasp the frame and push, but it does not budge. Looking in the glass, you see your reflection is pushing back. Every time you push, it presses with equal force on the opposite side. Oh. Charge at the glass. You leap at the glass, your reflection too distracted to copy you. You bounce off the frame, not even rocking. Then you hear a faint tinkling sound. Cracks appear on the glass like spider webs. They expand until the entire pane shatters. The glass lies in shards all around the frame. Some of them catch the light oddly. The stranger, your reflection, steps back, clutching at her chest. Step forward. Step through the empty frame, glass crunching under your boots. The reflection draws her sword, unaffected by your movements. It seems she is now free to act. Leave me, she says, or I will send you back. Back where? There, she snarls, pointing at the mirror. Will not fall for your tricks. You may look like me, but I know you're only an apparition. You are the apparition. The other laughs. Hardly I have journeyed long to reach this point. You are a mere reflection. Well, this isn't good. I would expect you to say that. He draws his sword. Will not prevent me from finishing my mission. She leaps forward. There's barely... So I think that's supposed to be she draws her sword. She leaps forward. There's merely a moment to draw your own blade in return. Okay, right. So, what do we assume she's going to do? I will defend. Oh, okay. The reflection advances towards you, her snarl a match of your own. You fall back into a crouch, she copies you. Now the reflection is dropping into a crouch. Okay, defend. Circle around her at arm's length. Your reflection drops into defensive crouch in return. The reflection backpedals. I'm gonna go all out. Okay, that did something. But you leap forward to strike faster than the reflection can mimic. You lunge forward with a deep, heavy slash, but her own movements meets the blow and is able to parry the very worst of the strike. The creature is wounded by her quick swipe. The reflection is raising her arm to strike. You can read her intentions as clear as a compass. Okay, so I defend here, because she's going in. You drop into a crouch. The reflection swings with all her force. You escape mostly uninjured. Your reflection moves a cautious pace backward. I'd say do a small attack. Yeah, she's defending. Kind of figured. You turn the tables on this twisted reflection. You swing your sword in toward her chest, but her own strike parries and darts away from the force of your blow. Creature is wounded by your energetic swipe. Reflection backpedals. Will I have enough? So she spent most of her... I'm gonna try to go all out. Okay, that was good. You slash violently across her chest, but her reply responds and escaped the worst. The creature is injured by a rapid slash. Your reflection moves a cautious step backwards. I'm gonna defend here. Yeah. Lift your guard. The reflection darts forward with her sword. You are largely unhurt. Reflection lifting her guard. I will attack there, I think. Oh, she's guarding. Okay. Well, that did a little bit at least. You will not let her land a blow. You twist and lower your sword. She stays low and defensive, babbling snatches of your previous conversation. You recognize your own look of effort as your blow lashes through her guard. The reflection lowers her sword tip, a technique you recognize. Defend. You lower yourself defensively. Your reflection slashes her blade at your neck. The reflection leans back. I'm going to defend again. Okay, I could have done a tiny little attack there. You pace around her carefully. The reflection lunges forward. You escape mostly unharmed. Reflection circles around you at arm's length. I'm gonna go all in here. Ah, sugar, she's defending. I should have seen that coming, actually. Your opponent is winding up for a blow. See, if I had... Yeah, if I had defended, I could have taken her there and gotten a lot of damage off. Oof, I made the wrong decision there. Okay, she's lowering herself defensively. So I will also defend. Reflection raising her weapon. I should have more than her. Oh, but she... Oh. Okay, now she's raising... Well, yeah. Paces around carefully. She's going to defend. Dropping into a crouch. She's probably still going to defend. Lifting her defenses. Does that mean she's going to attack? Okay, I'm just going to go all in. Nope, yeah, she's still defending. Okay. Now she's winding up. Wait, ooh. Okay, well. Well, she's not going to have a lot if she does try to attack. Let's do a small attack. Didn't really do too much. Let's do another small attack. Oh, that was good, because she did a little bit as well. Let's do another small attack. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, I'm gonna go all out here. Yes! Okay, that wasn't good. That was a long battle. I'm just gonna take it. Charge forward with strong slash. Your blade cleaves into the reflection skull. For a moment, you catch a glimpse of how your own mashed brains would look. The creature falls, shattering into 1,000 pieces of glass on the floor. Okay, I'm gonna continue. We're just gonna go from there. As the reflection hits the ground, her body shatters. The room is suddenly still. There are doors on either side of the room. Okay, let's do a little prayer. Pray for healing. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay, so we won't be able to pray for a while, but it'll return. And hopefully that won't be a problem. You move along the next walkway to the tower beyond. The sun lowers behind the horizon. It will be dark soon. This tower has a dirt floor into which various lines have been scratched. A chest sits in the middle, a rather obvious bait for whatever trap this room represents. Well, we have to enter it. You step further into the room. Apart from the chest, the tower is quite empty, identical to any of the other rooms in this college, save for its dirt-covered floor. Several zigzagging trails have been left in the dirt. Prod at the ground. You use your spear to poke at the ground just in front of you. It immediately and violently explodes. You leap away from the shower of fire and dirt. Is this a minefield? Cast a spell. Can I do sus? That would be really appreciated if I could. I can. Okay, sense danger. Looking to the stars, you craft the magic. A steady voice enters your mind. Do you wish to understand the danger in this room? The voice asks. Do I just go yes or tell me how to get across? I mean, the spell is to sense danger, so how to get across will probably not work. Just yes, I want to understand the danger in this room. I know that it is a minefield. The voice replies seriously. There are mines in it. The voice words delivered, the voice fades. Okay, right, so... Prod ahead. Prod directly ahead to no effect. Okay, so... Take a step forward. Nothing happens. Prod at the ground. Okay, so now we can step forward again. Oh. Wait, what? But I prodded the ground and it exploded. Step a pace forwards, but your foot has barely touched the ground when there's another explosion underneath your feet. You hurl yourself towards the door, your leg taking the brunt of the impact. As your skin sizzles, you brace against the wall to bandage the limb. Examine the trails. You scrutinize the trails in the dirt. One is well worn, the dirt smooth from many trips back and forth across the minefield. There is another which passes right by the chest that is much more hastily made, as if someone has ran through the dirt. Okay, I'm gonna make a mistake here. Follow the hastily drawn trail. Follow the hastily drawn trail in the dirt. As you step near the chest, however, you hear a click. Run forward. Oh, well. You dash forward, an explosion searing your back. You escape the worst of the explosion, however, and arrive at the other side. You reach the other side, a hard-earned destination. Waste no more time and slip away from the tower. Oh boy, we are very badly injured now. I've made mistakes, but, well, I kind of had to know what was in that chest, or, well, if I could know. But no, it was just an explosive, which I'm not too shocked, I'm gonna say. But I had to know. You step back onto the path and make your way along it. The sun is now in the lowest quarter of the sky. Soon it will be dark once more. What path will you take? Okay, let's enter this tower. You cross the waters and push your way inside the next tower. 2 steps in, you freeze. A giant is standing in front of you. Look at the giant. The giant is milling around the space without clear purpose. It is clearly under some form of enchantment. You notice something else. Something large and white is hanging from the ceiling above you. Look up. You look up. The white thing near the ceiling looks back through 2 enormous eye sockets. It is a gigantic humanoid skull. Something drops from it and hits the floor. It appears to be an oversized tooth. A moment later, the tooth begins to fizz. A cloud of smoke wells up, and from it steps a giant. Another tooth stumbles from the skull and the ceiling. Grab the tooth. You snatch the tooth from the ground. It is hot to the touch, but cools rapidly in your palm. Did I just get, like, a giant's tooth or something? Just make a move. The giants are stomping around each other, making the ground shake. There is no safe way to the other side of the chamber. There's 2 options to retreat through the near door. Turn back through the first door. Oh, wait, but that... Is this... I'm not sure. Anyways, you return to the path and follow it a short way. The sun is almost set, and the sky has turned a deep purple. Oh no, yeah, this is where I came from. You pause, enjoying the open air outside the tower, and take a moment to count your collection of giant teeth. You now have 3. Okay, right, yeah, so I do have a new one. I have a 3rd one. Okay, cool. We can now summon giants 3 times. I don't know how that's going to help us at this point, but hey, I'll take it. The very air around you seems fetid and mean. Which route will you choose? Well, west path, because we came from the north tower. You stand outside a tower path snaking this way and that around you. Overhead to the west, a high walkway flies overhead. Okay, so this way or that way? Let's go south. Darkness closes in. You need to rest, especially on an empty stomach. You enter the next door warily. This tower is barred with a solid wooden door. Knock on the door. You knock on the door, there's no reply, but you hear a faint roaring sound through the wood. Oof. We are very badly injured. Maybe we should just not go there. Though maybe we really should go there. Okay, let's go southeast. It's hard to imagine this place was ever occupied. It seems so lonely and lost. The moon climbs the sky, filling the world with thin silver light. There's a pebble lying on the path here, as though carefully placed. It glistens as though wet. Okay, I think the second bad choice is what I'm about to make. Take the pebble. You pocket the pebble. It is oddly like the one you dropped into the water earlier, but it cannot be the same one. Oh. Huh. Sleep here. Laying your pack down, you try to stretch out despite the wind. You have eaten nothing today, but you have no rations to ease your hunger. Close my eyes. Close your eyes and let tiredness overtake you. Dream. What is left of the night is restless with vivid dreams. Mocking laughter seems to ring in your ears. Well, I found no clues. The Archmage is still waiting for me. You pick yourself to your feet and try to shake away your more curious dreams. This place feels more like an open coffin, as though you were an ant, exploring the contours of its ruffled velvet lining. What is there here to explore? Well, let's go south and find out. The early morning sun makes the air glow. You approach the next tower, but you freeze on the threshold. In place of a floor, this tower contains nothing but a yawning pit clustered with thin needle-like spikes. A narrow stone walkway heads away from the door. It's out a short way over the pit, but it does not go as far as the door on the other side. I'll look up. On a whim, you look up and notice that the ceiling is fairly high and sports several misshapen rock protrusions. Look at the spikes. There was a safe way down into the pit. One might be able to slip between the spikes, but the sides of the pit are also spiked, and to jump in would be quite suicidal. There's no ledge around the edge of the pit either. Well, it's this or the growling. The growling might at least give me the chance to fight, I suppose. Okay, turn back. Let's go to the growling tower again. I got a pebble, I think. Let me just have a look. Other items, I assume? No, this is... Oh, I could discard the monk's habit, but you know what? I kind of like it. Would that be a magical... No, I don't seem to have... I have holy water. Also potion of fire water, but I don't know. No, I do have a pebble, yeah. Okay. We have a lot of magical items. We've managed to acquire a lot, but I'm not sure if it actually helps us. Okay, open the door. The door is not locked, but it is heavy, as though a tremendous force was pulling it close from the other side. You open it an inch, and then the door slams itself shut once more. Cast a spell. This isn't good, because it's going to take more stamina, and we're already quite weak. Oh, there's no... Well, how? That's safe passage. We could do that. Move the starlight into order around you. And a calm voice begins to speak to you. There's a clear path across this tower, the voice declares. Nothing will stop you. Oh, somehow I feel like that's not true. But okay, open the door and slip through. Open the door and slip through the gap, but as soon as you're inside the tower, a powerful crosswind grabs you, hurling you through the air. Oh, hold on to my back. The wind flings you across the space and out through the flapping door on the other side. As you fly through the space, you spy something in the center, but you are too busy falling this way and that to see what it is. Oh, well, no. It was true. There's nothing here. The wind fades and you pick yourself to your feet. You step into the room and then recoil. floor is crawling with bugs, or rather not crawling. The bugs are all standing in orderly rows. Yeah, that's not weird at all. I'm gonna pray for some healing because I can. Thank you so much. Well. Oh, look at the bugs. You look over the bugs. Small bugs, cockroaches, and earwigs fill the gaps between larger bugs. Things about the size of goats that otherwise look like lynch bugs. Beyond the basic breathing and antennae twitching, none of the creatures are moving. They appear to be waiting for something. Oh God, is this how I die? Step forwards. You step forwards into the room, expecting the bugs to clear out from under your boot. They do not. You squash a dozen or so, while a few more wriggle uncomfortable as you shear their body in half. Oh my God. Cast a spell. Can I suss this or how this? I'm very uncomfortable right now. I can suss. I'm gonna suss. Weave the enchantment. A quiet voice speaks into your thoughts. The room is full of bugs, the voice tells you helpfully, but they will not attack you unless you ask them to. With a curious advice, the voice fades. Well, I'm not going to ask them to, am I? So basically, as long as I don't attack them, they won't attack me. Oh gosh, okay, this feels very bad, but take another step. Taking another step into the room, you crush another boot's worth of insects. Looking back, you can see your progress marked out in negative space in the rank and file. Across the tower. You swallow your courage and rising bile and march quickly across the room of bugs, only altering your path to avoid stepping on the largest ones that you cannot simply squash. When you reach the far side, you can see your tracks as clearly as if you had walked in snow. A few bugs are snacking on the ruined remains of their fellows. You hurry out of the tower. That was an incredibly uncomfortable tower. Oh my gosh. Did not like that one. Not one bit. As the morning moves on, the winds begin to rise. You enter the next tower. A fetid scent assaults your nostrils. The inside of the tower is cavernous, far larger than should be possible. The stone floor on which you stand has turned into a thin stripe of soft earth, choked with reeds, and beyond it is a deep pool of foul-smelling water. Look across the swamp. Insects buzz and the reeds rustle as creatures pass between them. You cannot spot the ceiling of this room, but there must be one, surely. In the center of the marsh, a platform with a low hut sits, perched on rotten stilts. A boardwalk leads to it, dotted with spent torches. Okay, well, guess what spell I'm gonna try to cast? Oh. Well, I can cast it. Okay, try it. Consulting the constellations overhead, you bind your spell and feel a terrible sense of foreboding emanating from the water. Something is wrong. Retreat from this chamber. There are no other doors from this place, but only one that you can reach. Actually, how do we... As the sun climbs towards its peak, the winds pick up a little. You approach the tower once more. No, you know what? Turn back. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Let's see what's in this tower. Okay, cast a spell. What else can I do in here to try to figure out what the danger is? How is... Oh, wait, no, we do have... Okay, we have how. Find safe passage. Oh, no. You bind the stars into a pattern around you and a steady voice begins to speak to you. Ready yourself, the voice implores, for something is coming. Its message spoken, the spell fizzles away. Okay, I'm gonna stay. Explore the room. You make your way a little further into the room. The floor is dirt, and the little beach by the door soon disappears into the swamp. There is no way to walk around the room. I should not go down to the water, because apparently there's something in the water. That's what I was told earlier, wasn't it? Step onto the boardwalk. You step onto the boards, which creak under your weight, causing the torches to sway gently. You see no movement in the hut. The wood creaks under your feet. Look at the water. The boardwalk creaks and lurches to the side. You manage to keep your balance and stills, though it is now slanted. Look down through the water. Water so brown you cannot see into it. Its gentle spiral is almost hypnotic. It reminds you of a whirlpool, but once that it's slowed over time. Boardwalk is sagging dangerously now. Watch the ripples. Examine the ripples around the stilts. They come at random, often moving in conflicting directions. Could it be creatures moving or something else? Some way in the distance you spy a churning froth near the shore. The wood creaks and groans. Make a move. You cannot stay here for long. It is not safe. Okay, do I walk to the hut or do I head back to shore? Probably not a good idea. Oh no. You shift your weight and there is a great groaning of wood. The ripples begin to increase almost as if they were agitated. The groaning snaps off into a sharp crack and the boardwalk collapses under you. You fall straight down into the water. Okay. Oh god. That's really not good, is it? You're trying to swim, but the swamp is more mud than water. It is definitely a whirlpool. It's sucking you downwards, but slowly but inescapably. Okay, cast a spell. How can I avoid this? Zap is probably not going to help me. That's just how. I don't think that's going to help me much right now either. I don't think Sus is going to help me. Mud is not going to help me. That's probably also not going to help me. There might not be anything that can help me here. I do not have nose plugs. I don't know if there are creatures here. Wait, hang on. It was more mud than water. Could it actually be mud? Cast Foff. You craft the spell, but the force field does not materialize. Instead, the whirlpool begins to slow, and then it stills. The water also begins to clear. Why would the swamp be affected by such a spell? You begin to thread the water easily. You swim with strong strokes. The water is still quite disgusting, and small creatures flicker on either side of you. You will carry the smell on you for some time. Oh no. Oh, do I swim near the hut or just... Yeah, swim near the hut. You head for the hut's platform. As you close in, you spy an object underwater. It's hard to tell, but it looks like a chest. No, climb up to the hut. You climb up on a pole in the platform where the hut is and head inside. You're safe for now inside the hut. There is very little here. A row of tables with some rotten chairs tucked in beneath. One of the tables has a stack of damp parchment that is slowly turning into fur. On one side of the hut is a ragged hole in the floor. Look over the parchments. The parchments appear to be scrawled log notes of whoever was stationed here. The opening remarks are simple. The spell has taken root, the reaction is self-sustaining and appears to be maintaining scale. Read on. Day 2. The spell has been self-perpetuating for 30 hours and appear to be entirely stable. Success. Read on. Day 4. The boardwalk is definitely sagging. I do not believe it can take my weight anymore. Read on. Day 6. The force fields appear to work for brief periods of time. They're countering successfully, but they are tiring to cast. Okay, right. So there is a limit to how long I can stay here, or I will have to do FOF again. Search the drawers. You quickly rifle through the doors and tables, but it seemed whoever cleared Out left nothing behind except the notes of their work. Okay. Look at the hole. Being careful not to get too close, you lean over the hole in the floorboards and look down to the mud pool. You cannot help but notice the scratch marks of claws in the planks near the hole. The boardwalk is gone and you cannot stay here, so you have no choice but to drop down into the water and swim. You swim back to shore, shaking off the water as best you can. Okay, yeah. Western shore. Take a moment to regain your breath. Thick, foul water streams from your cloak. Nearby, a frothy, bubbling section of water. It is large and seems to be getting more agitated as you draw near. Move up from the water. Oh no. You turn to head back, but a rumbling comes from behind you. You turn to see the frothing water explode upwards. It towers above you, a lumpy mass of mud and reeds. Massive arms stretch out and a huge gaping mouth opens. It's a slime eater. Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't think that's gonna help me. Right, I can't do that. Raz. Oh, sharpen blade. I don't think that. Well, I mean, it could potentially, I suppose. Wall? Oh, Yob? Would that work? You know what? I'm gonna try it. I have 3 of them. You pull a giant's tooth from your pack and throw it on the ground, casting your spell across it. The tooth erupts into a column of smoke from which a towering giant steps out. Your giant leaps at the slime eater without hesitation. They grapple in the swamp, pushing each other deeper into the water. The giant bellows and tackles the slime eater over, and the two disappear underneath. Waves slosh back and forth, followed by bubbling breaking the surface. The water settles and neither appear. You watch for a while, but nothing occurs. The slime eater is gone, though not perhaps not dead, but it will probably stay away from you for a while, licking its wounds. Okay, so swim. You dive into the water and start swimming. Wait. But I want to go out this way. Why can't I? Oh gosh, what was that tower? I didn't go to that tower for a reason. Oh no. How do I even get back then? Because I came from here. I didn't go into that tower for a reason, but I can't remember what that reason was. Well, Northern Shore, I guess. Oh, I should have just gone move up from the water, shouldn't I? Well, sugar. Okay, swim across the swamp again. That's not a good idea, but I want to leave this way. Okay, move up from the water. There you go. Okay. Leave by the near door. Turn away from the swamp. Its foul gases making you gag and choke. There are other doors from this place, but only one that you can reach. Okay, yes, thank you. Because this is where we need to be. Oh, jinkies. The path curves a little as it goes. Thin heat beats down on you from an empty sky. The path rounds the tower to the north and splits again. South of here is another tower, perhaps coated with some kind of black carapace. Look at the black tower. You reach out and gently touch the black surface of the nearby tower. By the wall. It is hard to see. It's hard to the touch. Cool, smooth and cool. If there even was a doorway here, you cannot make it out. Smash the black coating. Okay. Can't ask for... Oh, okay. You draw your blade and hammer on the black coating, but though bits of it flex off, you cannot break the whole thing open. Okay. Cast a spell. Is there anything I can do that will not require stamina? Because right now I don't want to do anything that requires stamina if I can avoid it. No, pep. Cost strength. Oh, I thought I clicked the H. Okay, how that is stamina. And I don't really need to go in there, so heal disease. I don't have a medicinal potion. And I'm not diseased as far as I know. Okay, zap, that does not help me. Far. Let's see the future, isn't it? But I don't have a crystal orb. Oh, I had one, didn't I, at some point? I seem to remember that, but I lost it. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything to do there. Just make a move. Move away from the strange black-clad tower. Oh, it's rainy, apparently. West. The path feels as though it is rising, but the waters around are flat? Huh? The sun is beginning to lower and the air begins to cool. You reach the base of a stone tower with a curved archway at its base. The path splits around it. I mean, I guess we went inside last time, since the peg is here. So we could potentially go try to look at that tower, but I feel like we would have from there. So let's just go to the wall. And make your way along the path towards the wall and the door set within it. You could explore deeper or escape back to the relative safety of Mampang. Into the city. You slip through the door once more and back into the square. Which way now? Well, square. You return to the middle of the small square. Guards patrol the area. The sun disappears, heading towards the horizon. As you walk, you become aware of 3 spindly figures staring in your direction. Sight masters. The large eyes are a sure giveaway. They are sight masters, like the one you encountered in the barracks, except these are out of uniform and dressed in casual clothing. What are they doing so far from home? One beckons you over. Ooh, I'm not sure this is a good idea. Okay, approach them. You approach warily, recalling the corruption of the sight master in the outer yards. Their leader leans into you and whispers, "Anna Lander," she nods. "The whole fortress is looking for you, and here you are waltzing around dressed as a monk. What are you doing here?" "A few of us have made the journey," the sight master responds, "to prepare the ground for you, Anna Lander." Her companion produces a heavy, scratchy-looking coat, held together by thick ties. "Put this on," she hisses. "It's a cloak of disguise." Look at the coat. I've never seen such a cloak before. It is remarkably bulky for a cloak of disguise. It is made from gold-crest feathers, one of the sight masters say. It will make you invisible. And the sight master with the cloak pushes it at you. Wear it. Okay, accept the coat. Thankful for allies, you accept the coat. You place your pack down as the sight master drapes it around you. She cinches the ties. It fits rather uncomfortable. Oh god, no. This is a trap. This is a trap. Yeah. As the sight master steps back, you tug at the laces, but they don't seem to come undone. "Oh, don't worry," the sight master replies, seeing your discomfort. "You will get used to it." As she speaks, the coat gets tighter. "Remove the coat." Oh, boy. You struggle trying to remove the coat, but its ties will not come undone. Now, says the sight master with a grin. "This wouldn't be much of a holding coat if you could wriggle out of it." The coat's grip tightens again. You can hardly breathe now. The coat is tightening further. You do not have much time. Oh, gosh. Oh, okay, right. You cannot cast anything. The coat has pinned your arms to your sides. Your bone in your chest crack under the pressure. You must escape. Run for the alley. Your arms are tied, but your feet are free. You start running. With a chicken-like waddle across the square, the sightmasters are surprised by your speed, chase after you. They will no doubt draw the attention of the guard. You're near the edge of the buildings. Leap at a window. I'm going to die. You rush at the nearest window and hurl yourself towards it. The breaking glass slices at your flesh, but also slashes the tiles holding your coat fast. A householder appears, wailing at the damage to his home. Remove the coat. You throw off the cursed item and breathe deeply. There is no time to enjoy the sensation of being able to breathe once more. The sightmasters are waiting in the square, weapons drawn. It will be 3 against 1, and these are Analand's most highly trained warriors. I have 1 stamina. I can't. I literally cannot fight them because I can't take a single hit, and I will. Can I somehow cast a spell? Oh, gosh. Don't have a brass pendulum. What did walk do again? Create shield, but yeah, no, I will die. That's... We can't... Oh, zap. Wait, no, I thought I pressed R. Turn to stone. Oh, that's... Okay, Zap, zap, zap. Oh, don't... I kind of actually wish I could at this point, yeah. But I can't... I have only 1 stamina. I'm so absolutely dead. In the name of the king, sheathe your blade... Wait, can I... No. Oh, this is really bad. In the name of the king, sheathe your weapons, you hiss. The sightmasters laugh with their cruel, empty voices. Something terrible has happened to these creatures. The king is a tortoise, lying belly up, and Mampang is an eagle. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, I can run away. Because I really have to. You turn and run, but the sightmasters are too fast. One tackles you to the ground, and you are unable to fight off all 3. The guards in the middle of the square come to life at the sight. The sightmasters are still haggling for a larger reward, and you are neatly trussed up. Oh, no. Oh, this is not good. Bound and gagged, you are dragged by your ankles by 2 guards who mutter about the trouble caused. They gossip to passing companions about you. The tale of your exploits will soon spread through Mampang. This will make it more difficult to blend in from now on, should you escape. Well, I'm bound and gagged, so I don't think I can cast a spell because I need to, you know, weave magic with my arms. I could try to bribe them. You attempt to bribe them, offering rewards and fabulous riches. But through the gag, it is little more than, okay, right, the mummery of an idiot. Guards ignore you. Hopelessly, you are dragged into the office of the commander of the guard. Well, that's about the worst thing that could have happened. The room is windowless, but lit by 6 lamps scattered about. Khartoum, commander of the guards of Mampang, sits behind a wooden desk covered in scattered parchments. Can I pray? No. Okay. Look around the room. This office is well organized, without the usual detritus and debris you've come to expect from the rest of the citadel. The only personal touch is a portrait of a beautiful woman above him. You do not recognize her. Look at Khartoum. You look over Khartoum, somewhat surprised to see that he is human, unlike the orcs and dark elves that make up the bulk of the guards. His square features tell you he is not from Analand. He might be a renegade from the lands to the east of Kakabad. The Analander, standing right before me, murders Khartoum. You're missing a finger just like the way the serpents told it. He shakes his head. I should have you killed as fast as possible. You're accusing me based on my finger. He stares back at you and you see fear creeping in his eyes. They tell the strangest stories about you. They say, for instance, that you were over 1,000 years old. They say you destroyed the village of Kariyama in retribution for giving birth to the Archmage. They say you laid waste to the ancient world. And what do you believe? He shrugs. In the end, I am a soldier. I believe I can run you through with a sword. And if you get up again afterwards, I believe I can run you through again. I believe that if I toss you into our highest cell, you will not fly away. I'm not liking either of these options, but okay, I will go with you will not capture or kill me. You tell him, you may as well allow me to walk out of here unfettered. He says nothing. Khatum jerks his thumb to the dungeons. Oh, wonderful. I have 1 health. This is really bad. You're dragged through a narrow corridor, your head bumping against the frame and into a round room that overlooks a line of dank cells. A hobgoblin dozes in one of the chairs. One of your captors kicks her awake. Volkim, we got a prisoner for you. Look at Volkim. Volkim must be the chief jailer. His 5 keyrings pierce through each ear, and her hands are set with spikes that must be seared somehow into the bone. She uses one to pick at her nostril. She stretches, clearly still half asleep. Has she been to Nagamantha or the commander? Stand upright. You struggle to your feet, only for the guard to, kick your legs out from underneath you once more. The commander sent her to you, he remarks. Volkim makes no move to leave her chair, but unclips and hands over a large key to the guard. Lucky me, second one on the right. Okie dokie then. The guards grumble, but still drag you into the cell, leaving you bound. They strip you of your possessions, storing them in a chest near Volkim. Your monk's habit is stripped from you. Well, no longer a monk, I guess. You're now out of disguise once more. They leave without a glance back, and Volkim resumes her nap. I can pray, though. I'm not about to die immediately. I am in a cell, though, so that's probably bad. You're lying on the stone-cold floor of a cell in the dungeons of Mampang. Yeah, that's not great. Look around. You've been in cells before, of course, but these are different. They're not underground, but rather they're built high up in the air, carved from the rocky slopes of the mountains itself. Metal bars block one wall. Opposite them is nothing but a long drop. Chill wind draws at you, pulling threads of straw over the edge. There isn't much else to the cell. It is not meant to hold prisoners for very long. Most likely, they are quickly executed. You struggle vainly against your bonds, but they hold fast. I mean, casting spell isn't going to work because my hands are bound. Peer over the edge of the cell. You shuffle to the edge of the cell and peer out over the long drop down. Below stretches the inner college of Mampang, clustered stupas and ziggurats linked by stone walkways crackling with flashes of starlight. Almost directly below you is a large crystal dome, inside which shadows and shapes seem to move. This is the crystal dome that I didn't dare touch earlier. Look into the dome. You stare down at the dome, and for a moment you seem to see reflected in its glass the image of yourself stretched out on a mattress of straw, rolling this way and that. The vision clouds over once more. Do I jump over the edge? I mean, this seems like a bad choice. Yeah, you cannot cast when your hands are bound and your mouth gagged. Stand up. No. You try to stand, which is difficult with feet bound and hands tied behind your back. You manage to sit up, then get your feet underneath you. As you try to rise, you totter, then tumble headfirst once more. With no hands to catch yourself, you bash your forehead on the rough stone floor, sliding dangerously close to the open face of the cell. I'm kind of thinking, do I just jump over the edge? Because at this point, what do I really have to lose? I can try to rest a bit. You crawl towards the pile of hay in the corner and throw yourself down on it, but you cannot seem to get comfortable. Something is sticking you in your back. Search the straw. Moving this way and that, you eventually dislodge it from the hay, a glass bottle. It clatters across the stone as it rolls towards the edge. Catch it. You hurl yourself across the floor, catching the bottle at the very edge of the cell before it can drop out of sight, and without going over the edge yourself. Look at the bottle. Take a moment to recover your breath. The bottle is a wine from some ancient cellar. Its label is curled and faded. The cork has rotted away, and the contents long since evaporated. Smash the bottle. You grasp the bottle between your shaking fingers, lift it up, then strike it hard against the flagstone floor. Your eyes lit up as it shatters into a score of palm-sized pieces of jagged glass. It cut my bonds with the glass. You turn around and squat down, working the piece of glass up between your palms, and begin the painstaking work of sawing against the rope. You can hardly hold on to the makeshift knife in such an awkward position, but after many minutes of effort, you weaken the ropes. Pull. With a mighty pull, you break the weakened ropes. Then you yank the filthy gag out of your mouth. You are now free, or almost. You will need to get the door open. So... the crystal dome is actually just a crystal ball, isn't it? And it showed you if you go to the hay and roll around, basically that's how you find the bottle. Interesting. Can I cast a spell? Or rather, what spell can I cast? Okay, that's Goblin. I don't think that's gonna help me. Dim, cause stupidity. I mean, potentially I could do that to my jailer. I don't remember her name. Hawk? That's unknown. Yeah, I don't have my stuff. Okay, go over to the bars. You walk over to the bars, which look out into the hallway. They're thick iron, crude door fitted in the center. You could fit an arm through the gap, but there's nothing to reach. No. I mean, I've very recently done that, so call out for the jailer. You call out to Volkim, who stalks over. She doesn't even bother to listen to you lie about a dying prisoner, but she also doesn't seem to notice that you've freed yourself from your bonds. Say nothing more. Fall silent, but it does no good. Vulcan says as she walks away, muttering about her time being wasted. She sits and resumes her nap. Okay, I'm gonna try to cast him. If I make her stupid, maybe I can make her to just... No, wait, what was it? It was little D. Maybe I can just make her... give her my stuff and open the door. Oh. Okay. Volkim is asleep, so nothing happens except that she slumps a little lower into her chair. Call for the guard. You call again. Volkim wakes and drags herself out of her chair. She walks up the hall, peering through the bars and scowling at her charges. She soon stands outside your cell. What's that racket? Grab her through the bars. Grab Volkim by the belt and leap up. She yelps in surprise, but then hits you through the bars. You keep your grip tight. Pull her into the bars. You pull her into the bars, she's now staggering. Punch her. You punch through the bars, landing a blow in her eye. Her head snaps back and she is dazed. The jailer is vulnerable. Punch her again. Uh-oh. You go to punch her again, but she's ready this time. She leans out of the way and smashes your wrist. She nearly slips from your grasp. Kick her shin. Oh boy. You kick her shin, but it only annoys her. She lands a blow to your stomach. Pull her into the bars. You smash her against the bars again, and she collapses into a heap. You snatch the cell key from her body and unlock the door. Leave my cell. I am back to 1 stamina. This is really bad. Search the rooms. Oh. You search the room and soon find the chest containing your possessions, which you unlock with the jailer's key. Sitting at the bottom of the chest is a small pouch of gold, which you scoop up. There's nothing else of interest in the room. Go back into my cell. Why? You know what? Free the other prisoners. You unlock the cells of the few prisoners that share the dungeon with you. They all look half-starved. Most of them flee with barely a glance back. One man stops to shake your hand before disappearing. He has the look of a hardened killer about his miserable eyes. Leave. You want to waste no more time here, but follow the prisoners up steps. Okay, Volcom's room. You ascend the steps cautiously, but meet no resistance. The prisoners have left the far door hanging wide open. You've escaped the dungeon, but that may soon be discovered. And the fortress's denizens will be wary of you now. If you're captured again, you may not receive such indifferent treatment. Yeah. Honestly, maybe going back to the cell and just... But I don't know if that would have been an option to just, like, float out through the window and up. Because I technically have the amulet to be able to do that. I have a lot of gold now, though. I earned 5 gold. That's not bad. You creep up from the cells to the commander's office, but it is empty. The prisoners must have come through here. The armaments on the walls have gone. On the far wall hangs a portrait of a lady. Search the desk. You search over the commander's desk, but most of the papers are requisition orders for military equipment and not very interesting. Although there do seem to be a lot of them. Then you find a sheet detailing purchase of lupine armor, countersigned by 1 Vic Senshell. Seems the Citadel has bought a score of them, with an order for hundreds more. Look at the portrait. Look over the portrait but make nothing of it, particularly on the... Oh no, but make nothing of it particularly. On the back is written Celestine. Smash the portrait. I don't know why, but... Take a moment to bash the hilt of your sword into the glass frame, and another moment to tear the painted cloth within. Fragments of the lady face, the Celestine, scatter across the floor. I was kind of hoping that maybe something would be hidden behind it, and not just, you know, destruction for destruction's sake, but okay. Look in the wardrobe. Opening the wardrobe, you make a most fortunate discovery. A full captain's uniform. It will most likely fit. Put it on. You found 1 new clue. I have? Oh, you're now disguised as a captain. There are sounds of shouting coming from the square. You stride out, enjoying your newfound rank. Commander is a portrait of one Celestine. Oh, right. Okay. Well, I've destroyed the portrait for no good reason. That wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I guess we'll take it. Into the square. You emerge from the commander's doorway. You're met by a terrible sight. The courtyard is filling with clashing metal and cries from guards and prisoners, fighting in the middle of the yard. The buildings opposite are burning, thick smoke coiling upward from the roofs. I think I'm just going to run for it. I don't really want to... Yeah. You turn to run, slipping between the flashing blades until you reach the iron door at the corner of the yard, but something stops you short. A birdman stands before you. You, it hisses. I know your face. You all look the same to me. Creature laughs and opens its mouth to hiss, razor-sharp tongue inches from your face. Meanwhile, its talons slash at your neck. Oh, I'm dead. Your throat has been slashed by a birdman. You feel the cold veil of death surrounding you, but a moment later you find yourself moving upwards. Oh. Oh. The Z spell. Was that it? I think that was it. You do not cast the spell, but rather it casts you, pulling you open only to scatter you into the winds. The narrow alleyway. Oh. Oh boy. You're being wrenched in the directions you did not know existed. The pain is unbearable, and just when you think you'll go mad from it, the forces tear you apart. Then you hit the ground in one piece, in the thin alleyway leading from the grate. It is where you met the beggar, but he's nowhere to be seen. I have kept the gold, but I've lost 1 point of maximum stamina. That's not awesome. Huh. Check myself over. You pat yourself down, you're quite alive. What is more, you have all your possessions and gold and knowledge intact. The narrow alley mouth opens into the square. Night has fallen. You should try to find a place to sleep, especially on an empty stomach. Sleep here? The alley isn't a bad place to rest. It is quiet, secluded, and offers plenty of shadow. Laying your pack down, you try to rest despite the shivering cold of your still wet clothing. You have eaten nothing today, but you have no rations to ease your hunger. Oh, this is not good. Can I pray to the baboon? No. I was hoping maybe I could, since technically I haven't necessarily, but I don't know how that. Anyways, you lie back and try to forget your troubles. Dream. The long night is kept busy with visions. Mocking laughter seems to ring in your ears. You lost a bit of maximum stamina, gained some gold, disguised yourself as a captain, died, and found one new clue. Wait. Oh, is it Celestine? Oh, the Archmage is still looking for me. I'm still... Oh, right, I'm still disguised as a guard. You get quickly to your feet. You've not been discovered, but you should not wait any longer. I guess it would be weird for a guard to just be sleeping in an alleyway. You emerge from the alley into the edge of the main square. I mean, there is that whole zone over there. Into the square. Can I buy rations anywhere? I do have, well, 7 gold now. The air stirs a little. It's still cold but fresh. You stride out into the middle of the public square where Mampang's inhabitants go about their business. In the center is a huge statue of a faceless man holding a crown aloft, the Archmage. Look at the central statue. The statue seems imaginably old, and yet the Archmage depicted here is definitely holding the crown of kings. Has he been planning this theft for such a long time then? Or is this a prophecy, a celebration of a day destined to come? Huh. Look around. Many people are simply passing through, but several are browsing the market on the west side. You also spot several guards to the north clustered around the road leading upwards. Okay, make a move. You can head in several directions from here. The market. Okay, let's try to go to the market. Thank you for the hydrate, Mundle. Okay. The market is busy with traders and stalls, a city in miniature. The market is not as large as those you encountered in Kare, but still bustles with life. Even in Mampang, people need to go about their day. The stalls. Let's go there first. Most of the stalls are mundane, roughly made household goods and some trinkets. Despite the number of shoppers, there are in fact very few goods. As you wander the stalls, you do spot a weapons dealer flaunting his wares and a bent-backed peddler with unusual items spread on a cloth. I mean... Okay, let's go to the weapons dealer. You approach the weapons stall. The trader is extraordinarily thin. He might disappear if you turn sideways. Oh, wow. Welcome, friend, he says. The army has procured most of my goods, but I have a few items left to sell from my original stock. What do you have? I can see you're a seasoned one, so I won't waste your time with the lumps of the common soldier get stuck with. I have this long sword, which is yours for 25, and the best sword in my possession is this cutlass for 600 gold pieces. Of course, at these prices, you're practically robbing me, but then so has everyone else in this place. Yeah, no, I don't have that much gold, and honestly, that's not really what I need the most. The peddler, what does he have? The peddler smiles as you approach it, and he gestures across a motley collection of objects laid out on a blanket. There's chipped pottery, dull knives, and empty picture frames. The man is not old, but a hard life has aged his looks. Junk, refuse, and memorabilia, he shouts, all for the discerning customers. Offers to sell my gems. Do you buy as well? I have gems for sale. Gems, he shakes his head, laughing. No point me buying gems. What happened if I put them on my rug here, do you think? Would I make my money back? I don't think so. Who might take them? Try Hummingbird the weapon stealer. He is nuts. Look at his stock. You nod, smiling at the man's whimsy. So, you going to buy anything? Scrutinizing his assortment of junk, you can see a few items that would be useful to you. Ooh, okay. I mean, that would be very useful. Brass pendulum. A fine antique, he says. As you carefully lift the brass pendulum from its tray. Used by the Wizards of the Expanse to power their golems. Only 30 gold pieces. It's too expensive, you replace it on the rug. Okay. Gold-backed mirror. That was for some sort of a spell as well. But I'm not sure what that was. A blimberry potion. Lift the vial of potion carefully. Fresh, the peddler says. Or fresh enough anyway. Yours for 18 gold. No, that's just, I mean, that just seems way too expensive anyways. Decide to take you. Leave the peddler wishes you safe travels with a wink. Okay, weapon stealer. If I can sell my gems. Ah, but welcome back, the trader declares. Do you buy gemstones? You ask. I was told you might. I might. May I see? Perhaps a trade in kind? I'll let him... Gems for a sword. I mean, yeah, gems for a sword. How about this? He lifts a cutlass from the mat. It really is my finest blade. Strong, supple, perfection. I mean, I've so far not been able to do anything good with these gems. So make the trade. It possibly couldn't have been, you know... It couldn't get worse than what I have right now anyways. I've made some terrible decisions with my sword, and my sword has dulled a lot. You take the blade and hand over the gems. The sword is truly magnificent. You've never held anything like it. The merchant nods with evident pleasure. Okay, farewell. Farewell then. Do come back. Okay, so... Let me see. Oh, +6. Oh yeah, -4, that's really not good. Although I do have the Blessed Hardwood Spear as well, but yeah, no. +6, that seems really good. Okay, let's go to the tent and hope that I can get some food or something for 7 gold, I guess. There are a few large tents set up, and some stone buildings too. There's a hawker loudly proclaiming that mysteries and wonders await in his tent. In one corner, there's a long line of creatures queue outside of a low stone building. Okay, well... Me... I kind of just want food. Do I go to the hawker? I'm not going to go to the fortune teller. Do I? Might as well. Might as well. You walk by the hawker who is plying her trade with the crowd. Examine the wondrous stone of secrets, she cries. Marvel as it speaks advices and prophecies. No, I'm gonna walk away. I don't know if, like, something like that could potentially give me away, if you get me. So we're just gonna leave. Okay, to the west side. An old beggar woman lounges against a well nearby, watching people come and go from the market. A wider road leads west into a rundown area of the city. The wind picks up as the evening draws on. Let's talk to the beggar. You walk over to the well where an old woman, a little more than a bundle of rags, sits. She does not look at you as you approach. I'm going to pray to the baboon as well. There we go. Greet her. Greetings, old woman, you declare. Her voice when she speaks is raspy, barely above a whisper, and her eyes, when they meet yours, are smooth and glossy black. There you are, my love. Found you now. Spare an old blind woman a coin. Enough to buy a crust of bread, perhaps. Give her a coin. I haven't found anything to use it anyways. Toss a coin into her lap, and she rocks back and forth, grinning. Oh, love, you have made Javin a happier woman. Bless you for helping me live out my last days. She pauses to test the coin between her teeth and nods. Now, love, anything else for an old, blind woman? Who are you? Well, now, my love, most call me Hurgufil, but you may call me Joanne. It's my prettier name. Tell me what happened to your eyes. Well, you don't waste time with pleasantries, do you? She replies. But I'll tell you my tale. I was called on by the Archmage himself to examine one of his creations. The Archmage makes creatures, you see, of all mixtures and kinds. This one was a mucousy, slimy sort of thing called a mucalitic, a miserable thing born totally without fear. They are almost deaf and speak only in a whisper. Sounds a most formidable beast. Not formidable, but deadly all the same. I got too close, so close that it attacked. And that was that. I lost my eyes to it. So these creatures should be avoided. The breath, Jivin says. I got up close to take a look, and its poison breath blinded me. A monk told me I was lucky, that was all I lost, but I don't know. I just can't see it that way. She chuckles at her joke. And now you're a beggar. I was a healer before, but now, yes. Now I beg. I sit here every day with a little to pass the time, but the tormenting I receive from the sight masters. The sight masters torment you? Those bug-eyed monsters delight in my suffering. One lacking sight is a source of much curiosity to them. Half of them want to kill me, and half of them are in love with me, and those halves aren't entirely separate halves. I guess if I hadn't summoned the goblin, because that was a slime monster, so this could have happened to me, I guess. Summoning the goblin was probably the best thing I could have done there. Funnily enough. You hate the sight masters. I have cause. Every day they pass by, often different groups, and every day they jeer at me. If you really want to help an old woman, find one and cut off its head for me. She yawns with such vigor that she throws a cascade of spittle onto your shoulder. What a lovely chat, Javin says. I so rarely get to talk these days, love. Most guards only spit when they talk. Come back any time, she grins. Especially if you slay one of those sight masters. And she draws a line across her throat. I've killed a sight master. Bid her farewell. Goodbye, you declare with a nod. You leave the woman huddled by the well. One new clue. Ah, yes. The breath of the... Yep. Okay. Right, okay. Well, we've made a friend, I guess, which is good. Return to the west side of the square. Javin appears to go back to sleep. A wider road leads west into a rundown area of the city. Clouds rumble as they roll across the dimming sky. It'll be night soon. Continue. The road. You walk west out of the square, following a wide road. It passes by a large gate. Before you is a stone facade that stretches the length of the street. Two men in heavy robes sit on the steps. Look at the building. Arched windows are placed evenly, though several paints are missing. Worn steps lead to a door that is rather small for such a large building. The iron-studded doors are thrown open and you glimpse a courtyard within. Greet the men. You hear the two men and one of them grins. Haven't seen you before, but you are welcome. Welcome indeed. We've no food to give if you wish for that. Effie or God forbids it. But there is plenty to be earned in a sense. What is this place? A monastery. We are dedicated to Effie the Fortuitous. He gestures up the stairs. Feel free to enter, but you will have to excuse us. My companion and I are a little busy petting on the patterns of the crowd. What? How do I go inside? I mean, okay, so there was someone I had to avoid. Oh, that one's grayed out. So I guess I don't need to worry about that anymore. The dark chamber of night, do not light your way with the blood candle. Right. That is... Okay, right. Okay, go inside. You nod and make your way through the gate. Enter. You step into the yard of the monastery. It's much quieter here, and a sense of calm peace exudes from the building, as though protected from the evils in the citadel around. A short flight of steps lead further inside to a wide, busy hall. Nearby, a monk watches you with gentle interest. Oh, if I still had my monk attire. Oh, talk to the monk. You approach the monk and bow your head. Welcome to our place of contemplation, she says. You have the eyes of a lost soul. Are you a monk here? I am, she says. I have been in the order for many years now. Why did you join? You ask if I may. You may, and I will be honest. It was for food originally, but soon I began to see the sense in Effie's nudges. Living here has helped me embrace chance and risk. Is this a monastery dedicated to god or goddesses? Well, god or goddess of gambling? Because the monks outside were betting on the crowd, and she's talking about chance and risk. Kind of risk. Quantifiable risk, imaginable risk, payable risk, she smiles. There is little beauty in the risks of death and injury, but the risks of dice are deeply spiritual. The random events form the predictable average. Effie is most bountiful. So yeah, it is gambling. Yeah. Gamble god. Yep, it actually is. Yep. It really, really is. What should I do inside the monastery? You ask. Enjoy yourself, spend, and aim to win. Do not be angry when you lose, for loss is inevitable in the end, she shrugs. And quit while you are ahead. The monk smiles and put out a crumpled sheet of paper. Well met, the monk says, but now I must return to contemplating these creases. May your next nudge come from Effie. You nod your thanks and turn away. Cries and cheers come from inside the monastery building. I mean, we might as well take a look around. Maybe we can earn some food by gambling, I guess? Because right now I'd really like to get some food. You climb the steps into the monastery building. This place seems rather busy for a monastery. Monks and citizens crowd around long tables, and a commotion is coming from a crowd to one side. Wide doors lead deeper into the monastery itself. Small iron-lined windows dot the walls, allowing a little light. Look around the courtyard. Most of Effie's monks are gambling or betting in one way or the other. One stands on one leg while another one counts seconds. Opposite, two monks stand under a tree, guessing when a particular leaf will fall. Along a far wall, surrounded by many spectators, is an intricate race course for rats. Okay, the rattle of dice and the grumble of betting comes from a side chamber. The rat round, the hall, the dice chamber. Okay, swindle stones. I'm not very good at it, but it might be the best. Oh no, I don't have the gold. You walk into a long room set with a wooden table on which several games of swindle stones are being played. Find a monk who grins at you. Fancy a game? He says. We stake 10 gold pieces in Effie's honor. The stake is too much. That is too much, you tell the monk. Here then, he hands you 10 gold pieces from his pocket. In Effie's honor. Now, a game. I could just refuse and just steal his money. No, I'm gonna play. That is very kind. Okay. The monk counts out 3 dice each and takes first bid. Okay, right. I'm very bad at this, but maybe we can win some. 2 4s. I'm going to say... Ooh. He is saying 2 4s. If I go 3 4s... I'm not good at this. Well, as long as he doesn't call me. Okay. I call him, because that's impossible. He cannot. He only has 3 dice, and I have no 4s. Ha. You called... Well, no, actually, you didn't call my bluff. Well, there were 2. Only 2 4s. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, roll dice again. Oh, okay. So, I will bid... I will bid 2 2s. I have no 2s. He says 2 4s. Oh no, I'm really bad at this. I have 1 4, and I can guess that he does as well. But it's unlikely that he has 2 4s, so I shouldn't go for 3 4s. He'll call me, and I will lose. I'm so bad at this. Okay, I'm just gonna... he's gonna call me. This is completely... Yeah. Oh, Neon, hello, welcome, and thank you so much for the 10 months, almost a year indeed. How are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for that Prime sub. Oh, no twos at all. I know. Oh well. Patson, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. 1, 2. Oh, I'll go with 2 3s. Hello, Frog. Hello, Cutson. Welcome. How are you guys doing? Hello. How was your stream? I'm good. Hope all is well too. That is very good to hear. I just heard thunder. Uh-oh. Let's hope that's the only thunder, or else I'm gonna have to end my stream, which would be unfortunate, but, Oh, he's calling me. What did I do? 2 3s. I have 2 3s. Yes! I actually won. Yes! Well, I haven't won one. There's one more round at least. Oh gosh. Okay, well, if I just go 2 2s, maybe he'll be like, oh, well, you're not gonna have 2 2s. And I don't have any 2s. So, did 2 2s. 2 4s. That's impossible. He only has 1 and I have no 4s. Call. I'm doing good. Need some food though. How are you? Yes, you need food. Food is good. This man now has a 2. Yeah, he luckily did not. 2 2s. Oh gosh. How was your stream, Cutson? Oh, you were playing Dragon Age. How was it? Oh my gosh, I have even more. The monk nods with great pleasure and hands over the 10 gold pieces as you take back your stake. A fine match, the monk declares. Another. Choo-choo-choos. I have so much gold now. Oh, let's not, though. You decline, the monk nods. True luck does not always play favor, he agrees. You get up from the long table, the monk bidding you goodbye. You return to the courtyard outside. The night has fallen. I won 20 gold on that because he gave me the original 10. I only had 6. The stake was 10. I didn't have that. He gave me that. So I've earned 20 gold. If only I could actually use it to buy some food. That would be lovely. Oh, come on, not today again. Is it still thundering outside? I'm not sure if that was thunder or if it was just rain. Step back into the main courtyard. Most people here are gambling. Several monks supervise. Okay, that was definitely. No, that might actually just be rain and wind. Oh, that's a lot of rain. Oh, God, I hope the basement's not going to flood again. Anyways, Finished a lot of side tasks and made some friends and some enemies today, but it was a lot of fun. Oh, well, I mean, finishing a lot of side tasks and making friends, that's really good. The enemies, maybe not so much, but hey, you will defeat them if you need to, or a Norwegian troll could also be that, in which case, I might be in trouble. Send help. Can I pray? No, I cannot. Make a move. I just want food. The hall? Can I get food from the hall? Walk deeper into the cool of the monastery. It's much quieter in here. Your footsteps echo over the cool stone floor. As you emerge into a wide hall, pews line one side and an altar is in the other corner. I mean, we could rest a while. It is getting to be nighttime. You take a moment to rest on one of the stone benches. It's a peaceful spot, perhaps the most peaceful in all of Mampang. All is quiet in the chamber. You could explore the monastery further or return to the streets. The altar, the dormitory. Oof, I just want food. I just want food, and I have so much gold now. I could try having a look in the dormitory. Maybe there's someone there that will, you know. You head down a short flight of steps into the dormitories, unseen. Find a row of plain cots and a table cluttered with different games of chance. Cots are filled with sleeping bodies. Well, let's sleep there. Sleeping here would surely lead to you being discovered. Okay, right. Well, let's not do that. We've already been disguised as a monk. Let's not do that again. Okay, so let's go back to the cloister. You head back to the main chamber. All is quiet in the chamber. Monks move softly around the darkened rooms. The altar. You move closer to the altar and the pew. Some kind of service is going on. Monks are clustered in groups, chanting in a slurring monotone. A monk in bright red robes, the abbot, stands with arms outstretched. There's probably no point in watching the service, to be honest. Okay, slip away. I guess we just leave then. I mean, we gain 20 gold, but I'm not sure how much that helps us when I have no idea where to actually get food. But hey, if we find a place to buy food, we have money now at least. A little bit. Actually, a lot more than we used to have. But again, the one Blimberry potion we've seen cost 18 gold, which is incredibly steep. Well, let's just go down the road. See what we can find. The road curves along the edge of a tall stone wall, eventually reaching a low metal door. The night is drawing on. Look at the door. The door is made of thin stripes of metal riveted together with a few gaps and holes between the plates. Peering through the holes, you make out a sea of weaving grass stalks, tall and clearly half wild. Okay, so that's out to there. That is a circle, of course. But then, so is all of this, and this is kind of where we're headed at the moment. But that does mean danger. Oh, yeah, this is where I was trying to get through a door to get here, but I couldn't get through the door earlier. We might as well, I suppose. Okay, open the door. You push at the door and are surprised to find it is not locked. It is, however, heavy enough that it swings shut when you release it. The night air is cool and good for walking. Okay, let's go to the fields. Slip under the archway into a wide field of wheatgrass. Each stalk is taller than you stand. The heavy door slams shut behind you. Move on through the grass. Move away from the door and into the grasslands, wading through the long wheat. Like, this will be hard work. Okay, so this is incredibly unfortunate, but yeah, I've heard a lot more thunder by now, and problem is that we don't have proper grounding, so should the lightning strike and it kind of is prone to striking in my area, my equipment will be fried and I will not be able to replace it. So I don't want to take that chance. So we are going to do a little bit of a raid. Let's see. Let's raid Boy Soprano. Let's do that. That is very unfortunate. 2 days in a row I've had to end early. I am not happy about this. Oh boy, indeed. Take care. Thank you, Cotson. Thank you so much for the raid again. The microphone is amazing, by the way. Thank you. Good early evening. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much again, Cotson, for the raid. And thank you so much, Neon, as well, for the resub. At least rain lowers the temperature. This is true. It is incredibly warm right now. It's like, but it's also really humid. So you can kind of tell that, yeah, lightning and thunder might happen. But yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day, guys. I hope you have some fun with Boy Soprano, who is playing Yakuza. And I will be back again, not tomorrow. I don't think, anyways. Maybe because I've had 2 streams being interrupted. But I'll post about it in the Discord if that happens. I might just we'll see. Maybe. If not, I will be back on Wednesday and we'll do some Metopia, I think, is scheduled. Thank you for the hydrant and the posture check. But yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Have a fantastic one. Bye. Goodbye.